Good evening out there in Facebook land. How's everybody doing? We'll give it a few minutes, see if anybody joins us. Well, I just finished up a yoga workout down here in the home gym. Up cold. I'll do that a lot. It's really gross, but there you go. Yeah, I just finished up a yoga workout, and I have to say that I started it feeling not so great, pretty stuffed up and everything, but despite the fact that I hung upside down quite a bit in downward dog, I still feel like I cleared out my sinuses a little bit and re-energized myself. I was definitely feeling kind of pokey. And so, yeah, in this case, given that I just have a cold, kind of like upper respiratory stuff, sinus stuff, it's all kind of like above the neck, so to speak. Working out was a good idea for me. And that's basically, like, there's maybe two guidelines that you'd want to use when you're thinking about not feeling 100% and should you go ahead and work out or not. And that's a good line, like right there is your line. If you're feeling it down here in your chest, if you're feeling it in your stomach, right? Not a good time, not a good time. That's when you need to rest. If you've got lots of chest congestion and you're coughing, that's not really a safe time to exercise. Then obviously if you have an upset stomach, exercise is probably not gonna help you feel any better. But for things above the neck, like like just your sort of run-of-the-mill cold, which is what I have, right? I have like the traditional back to school, back to everybody's germs cold. If that's all you've got, working out isn't really gonna hurt you, and it might even help you feel better. It might help you get a little energy boost from endorphins, and it might help to kind of clear out some of the stuffiness. And then the other good guideline, when like this is a good guideline, right, above or below, is temperature. So when you have a temperature, it's not a great idea to up your body's temperature with exercise, because that's not going to help your body fight off your infection and lower your temperature. So that's another good sign. So things where you've got like aches and pains all over and you're running a fever, rest. Definitely, that's the time to rest and stay hydrated and do all the things you know to do. But if you don't have a temperature, like I don't, no temp, just stuffy, it's definitely still fine to work out. And as athletes, and honestly, I'm starting to get back into this mindset where maybe I'm an athlete, even though I'm just like working out for 30 minutes a day in my house, more or less. Everybody who's got sort of like a regular exercise routine, and I don't care if you're just working out for 30 minutes in your basement, or if you are pushing yourself really hard to run a half marathon or whatever it is you're doing. Whatever it is, it's important to your life, right? It's important to your life, it's important to your sanity, it's important to your health, and you need to stay healthy and figure out how to do that and survive all of the ups and downs of daily life, which definitely includes catching the occasional cold, especially if you're a mom and you have kids like I am. They're like little walking germ factories, right? And so is school. So, definitely trying to figure out like where those boundaries are for yourself, so that you're not creating like these self-sabotaging situations where you're like, oh, I'm sick, and so I just don't have to work out. And then that's like starts this downward spiral of excuses where you're, if you give up one day, maybe that means you're giving up the next day, and it gets harder and harder to get back on track. So for me, like, that's definitely what's happening here. As much as I maybe wasn't feeling it to begin with, I don't want to get into this like downward spiral where I'm making an excuse, well, I'm stuffed up and so I'm not going to work out, because then what's going to happen tomorrow? Like, I'm still stuffed up and I don't work out, and how many days am I going to let that happen? The average cold takes quite a few days to get over. It's not like an overnight thing, right? So I don't want a runny nose to become my excuse for giving up on my fitness, or for sort of like getting off track. I have way too many other great excuses for that, so this isn't going to be one of them. So look around later on Facebook for some more tips and info about working out when you're sick, a review of those kind of 2 big guidelines, and I'll share some ideas about some good exercises to do when you are sick so that you're still doing something, but doing something that works better for your body when it's trying to get better. Have a great night out there in Facebook land. I'll see you.